So hi, One of the Noise podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with.
Robin from Resolve.
We're gonna ask some questions today about the upcoming album Between Me and the Machine. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Thanks. Well, it's been really good because it's been a long time in the making. It's been like close to 2 years that we've been working on this. So we announced it like back in August, and so far it's been very exciting, and it only keeps on growing. So that's great.
I was listening to the album earlier today. It rips very much. I like it. I like it a
I
lot.
do like it. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So, is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Well, yes. I mean, the album name, like, it's not a real concept album, but you could say that most of the songs talk about the feeling of like how hard it can be these days to find your place in the world, to find like the spot you fit in, because everything is going like so fast, and at the same time, well, sometimes very slow, such as last year.
Mhm.
And obviously, like, in this day and age, like the mobile phones and the computers have a huge impact in our lives. And although it's great, sometimes it can be a little like overbearing. So that's what Between Me and the Machine is about. And so for the artwork, we thought it would be cool to. So the artwork is it's a circuit ball that has the shape of a heart.
Mhm.
So that's sort of like the mix of the human and the machine in a way.
Yeah.
So we thought it was a cool. I mean, yeah, it's just like a cool interpretation of the sentence more than anything, but it also fits like the album has sort of a futuristic vibe at some points. So we thought it was cool.
Okay.
For sure. That's sick.
I like that. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah. So like I was saying, it's been a long time. So I try to bring back some memories. The writing process, like, we had some songs. So we've been a band since 2017, so that's still fairly recent. And we wrote. We released a couple of EPs since forming, and like we had a couple tracks like on hands that really started writing maybe like in 2018, maybe like later part of 2017. That just needed like some developing. So some of them are on the album, some of them we just like dropped all together.
Mm.
But also a lot of them were written in like 2018, 2019. Anthony, our singer, does most of the writing because he's a great musician. So he's like always coming up with new demos and everything. And yeah, I think it was mid 2019 when we thought, okay, so out of everything that we have so far, what are we keeping for the album? Because we didn't felt like doing like say 20 songs and then picking like the 10 best of them. No, we just like we had a finished product in mind. Like we knew pretty much what we wanted, like how we wanted the album to flow even
Mhm.
before having the songs. So like we knew that we wanted like a couple of tracks that were more like in a certain vein, and some others that weren't. So yeah, it's been a very, I want to say, calculated writing process. But our music is very dense, and like it has a lot of layers. So I think that
Mhm.
just reflects who we are as people, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. Wait, so you said even before you had the songs for the album, you knew that you wanted a type of song like this in this section, type of song like this in this section. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, to give you more details, say so if you listen to the album all the way through, like the
Mhm.
title track is the longer track on the album, and it's the second to last track, and that's like literally before the track existed. We thought, okay, so what would be cool would be to have like one big epic, very like heavy and very metal song, like that's right towards the end of the album. But we also didn't like wanted to end the album on a darker note. Like we
Mhm.
wanted to to say bye with a sort of maybe a message of hope, and maybe some sort of how would you say it? Some sort of resolve, actually. Like
Yeah.
just it's easy for a metal band to just like save your heavier and sadder track for last, but we just wanted to break out of that. So yeah, like I was saying, like Anthony wrote the song Between You and the Machine with that brief in mind.
Mhm.
Basically, before even it's not like it just happened. He made it happen. But yeah, I think that's yeah. I don't know if that's something that you see a lot
Oh.
with bands. I mean, we never really thought of that. That's it's interesting. Now that you're bringing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very cool. I've never heard that. So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this record and the meaning behind it.
Hmm,
Mhm.
that's tricky because we put a lot of work into the lyrics. Like as you probably know and guessed, and we are not like American or English, so English is not our mother tongue. Even though we want to like we want our songs to have a meaning internationally, so we just choose English.
Mhm.
One of our favorites, I'm saying our because yeah, it's from the last track, Forever Yours, and it's feeding my demons so that they can feed off me.
Hmm.
It's pronounced very very poorly, but that's one phrase that we really like. Uh, well, I really like the sentence from Between Me and the Machine, which is just I miss the distance between me and the machine. Yeah, I mean I can probably find one last one. I don't know. Nothing comes to mind right now. So
All right.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah,
I
no
just leave
pressure.
it with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Solid.
So what song on the album took longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
So the longest to write, it was definitely not the longest like track in terms of running time because this one sort of wrote itself. I think
Huh.
it was Daggers, which is the latest single we released, and it's the is it the sixth? No, it's the fourth track on the album, and I think that's the one that we are maybe like questioning the structure all the way to the very end. But like I was saying, like at the beginning, the track that's the oldest in terms of like when it was first started on the album, that's track 3, which
Mhm.
is "Sing Me to Sleep," which went through like a lot of different versions, and
Mhm.
yeah, we struggled a bit with this one, but we like it's not very it's I wouldn't say it's my favorite because I think my favorite though is the title track.
Mhm.
But I'm very proud of "Sing Me to Sleep" because it's not really a very traditional song in a way. I mean, the structure is very simple and very like radio-ish.
Mhm.
But we tried like different chord progressions and different like textures in the sounds that we think are not like heard too much in metal. So yeah, that's something we're really happy with.
Okay.
It's good, as you should be. So where was your headspace while you were creating this record?
Well, there's been like two headspaces mostly because, like I was saying, the writing took part up until like the later parts of 2019,
Yeah.
and then like most of the recording, producing, mixing, which we do ourselves too. So it's a big part of the work for us too. Happened like during the pandemic, so that was yeah, like a lot of hope and excitement at first. And then when the pandemic hit, it was for a while, it was, I mean, we never stopped working and we never like, we never like felt discouraged or anything, but definitely like March, April of 2020, there was this sort of, whoa, is there even like, does live music even exist anymore? Will there
Yeah.
ever be like an aftermath to this? So
Mhm.
there was like, yeah, for a time, there was a lot of questions and I mean, yeah, hard times, just like for just like for everyone else, and due to like outside circumstances, and like actually making this album was sort of our anchor through all of this. So for that, I think in the like saying in 10 years, I think that's mostly what we will remember from this era. That we went through this because we had a goal, and I think that's great, and hopefully that will make it like resonate a bit more with
Mhm.
you.
That's
Alright.
good.
So how do you recommend that your fans listen to the album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends in the dark with headphones on? Is it a party album, a workout album? What do you think?
Mm, hopefully, I would like the first listen for everyone to be in the dark with headphones. I think. I mean, or not
Mhm.
even in the dark, but just um, like we hope to be listened to with a certain attention of to the details. So it's not really an album. I mean, to me, metal isn't really something that you enjoy as a group. I mean, I know some people would just like blast rock and metal at their parties, but
Mhm.
like as much as I like it, that's not something I really want to listen in a social setting. It's more of a catharsis for
Mhm.
me and for a lot of people, I think. So, but I mean, I also think that's what's cool about this the metal community is that there is still a love for the album format. There is still a love for the like longer tracks, whereas the mainstream has completely switched over to 2 minutes
Mhm.
tracks and playlists.
Yeah.
And like we can definitely see that people want to listen to the album now. I mean, like the people who have been following us for a while or who have just heard like the latest singles and like they understand that it's part of a bigger piece. So I hope and I'm pretty confident in the fact that people will listen to it like at least for the first time in a comfortable environment and just make room for 1 hour of resolve through their day, and then they can just like take it to a party. Or I mean, some of the songs are really good for workout as well, so hopefully it just becomes like a part of their daily lives. But for a first listen, I'd recommend maybe a bit of attention and just get yourself a nice drink and let's go.
All right.
Perfect. Sounds great. So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words.
All right, so that's why I gotta be honest. So, like I was saying, I listened to a couple of the episodes, so I knew
Mhm.
this was coming. So I thought
Oh,
about
come on.
this on the way back. And I mean, right now I can't even really remember what I figured out, but
There you go.
let's say it's gonna be like a bit pretentious, but I mean, sometimes you have to be. Let's say epic.
Mhm.
Let's say um, hmm. Ah, fuck. Oh, that's so cool.
You
Let's
didn't
say
write it down?
epic. No, I just like it randomly came up to me, and then I must have forgotten it just after. Um, I want to say You know what? Forget epic. I want to say ambitious.
Okay. Good.
I want to say you know what? Textured.
Okay.
That's
I love that
it
word
just
for
came back to
music.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came from like a journalist wrote this about us, so I'm stealing it, but I mean that's our music, so I guess I can.
Mhm.
So ambitious, textured, and mm, drums, because there's like a lot of people appreciate the drumming in
Mhm.
our music, and like even like in terms of the mix, like I do the mixing myself, and even though I'm not a drummer, I love like when the drums are really present in the mix, and we have a really good drummer. So there's I think that's one of the forties of this album, the drums on it.
You mixed this yourself?
Yeah.
Is that like what you do for a living? Is that your job? Because this
It's
was
my
impressive.
thanks. It's a part-time job. Like I can give like maybe more explanation if you want, because we are very lucky, because basically, so in Resolve, me and my brother is a drummer,
Mhm.
and we have another brother who's he does music videos for a living. Like he
Oh,
started with us, and then like his career sort of like took off. I mean, he's getting like a lot of clients and everything.
oh, good
So
for him.
it's great. It's great, and I mean, rightfully so, because it's really amazing. And so we are lucky enough to have our father, who's has his own company.
Mhm.
He has a big warehouse, so we've got like a space in the warehouse where we thought a recording studio.
Mm.
So that's where I spend most of my time. So I mean, I'm not a professional like in the actually professional sense of it, because it's not most of my income.
Mhm.
But I've been doing this for a long time now, and I've spent a damn long time on this album. So
Yeah.
So thanks. I'm glad. I'm glad you can appreciate that.
Of course, yeah.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. And Gloria is the person that always brings up the drums when we talk
Oh my
about
God.
music. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
the drums were so
It's-
great." So I'm glad
it's
there's
I love
someone
the
else
It's the
out there.
drums.
backbone of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. It's the backbone of everything.
So is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through the album?
I mean, it's not really a happy feeling, I guess. It's I mean, just in terms of the lyrics, they are very how would you say? They are very like personal, but they speak of topics that we think a lot of people go through. So I mean, it's not really like desperate or anything, because there's always a sense of hope. But maybe like not meditative, but something introspective, I think.
Hmm.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Solid. So what band or artist influences do you think you could hear the most off this album?
Well, we are getting like a lot of architects references from people, which is, I mean, it's all right, because they are obviously like one of the best, if not the best, like metalcore band going at the moment.
Yeah.
But like one of the main influence of our songwriter and vocalist is a thrice, which you can sort of hear in the vocals at times. So yeah, this maybe like this more of a rockier vibe sometimes could be attributed to thrice. We also, like, back when we were writing, we listened to a lot of like Carnival. I don't know if you've heard of this band. They're Australian. They're sort of like Tool, but more accessible, I'd say. They're really cool. Like we all love, in terms of metal, we all love North Lane, and it's like, it's not very original, and I think that's an influence for architects as well. So, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It would be like Hans Zimmer, because we are all big fans of Nolan, and like a lot of other movies that he's done soundtracks for. And he always has, honestly, like the coolest sound design and the coolest sounds. So that's something that we try to mimic to a certain extent. Like we try to use like just as many instruments as we want. Like we never stop ourselves in the studio, like think, oh no, we can't play this live or anything. It's just like, let's do the song and then we'll figure it out. I mean,
yeah.
And like, especially like these past 2 years have proven that, I mean, we were right, because for now there's still like not a lot of shows, so it's mostly about the music. So let's not just restrain ourselves.
You got a point. Yep.
Yeah, hopefully this will change.
Oh yeah.
So what is your favorite memory that you made while creating this album?
I don't know, because since it's been so drawn out, and honestly, that it's been done for a while now. But honestly, like the first one that came to mind was when we delivered the final product to the label. Like when we got the final, because I didn't master the album. Like we got someone else to do it as a like last pair of ears. And I think, yeah, the day we got the final masters, and I remember like getting in the car on the way back, and I had like just the right time to drive to listen to the whole album. And it's what I was especially happy with was I was scared when we started the process that we would end up like being burnt out from the album before it was even done, because we knew that it was gonna be long. And like at the end, I mean, no, honestly, I don't think we even like started to have this feeling. I mean, especially now that we are releasing like tracks at the moment, it's very exciting. So like with each single, we just fall in love with the track back again even more due to the people's reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm getting a bit off tangent here, but yeah, let's say the final master day, because yeah, it was like we were really extremely happy with it, and we felt like we didn't compromise on anything, or So yeah, it was just great, and we were feeling very proud of ourselves, I think.
I love
That's
that.
good. Makes me happy. Makes me very happy.
Cool.
So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
So the first thing that comes to mind isn't really like, do drinks count for this
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Because I think I'm dangerously addicted to Monster Energy, and you guys are from the States, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would expect they are very different, and maybe ours are a bit more on the healthier side. I don't know about that,
Probably.
but like that
Yeah.
that's always my gas station purchase, a can of Monster.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Monster.
I mean, to each its own. I know
Yeah.
I know it's not good for my body, but
Keeps you
It's all
going.
good.
what's good for the body?
Exactly.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think that's mostly the sugar I'm addicted to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
so if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be?
Ooh. Honest, that must be a very boring answer for you guys, but I want to say pizza. Honestly,
Ooh.
I know.
Okay.
I mean that's maybe I should have picked something a bit more like. Come on, I'm French and I'm saying pizza, but like that's just the best thing in the world. So I mean, I'm not saying we're the best band in the world, but hopefully we can be just like a good pizza, just the right amount of everything and simple ingredients, but lots of love, and it can make a difference. Well, I'm just trying to justify myself.
It's all good. Thank you. Yeah. Just does the pizza have any toppings? Is it just a cheese pizza? Is it margarita pizza? What are we talking about?
It will be a pretty a truffle pizza, you know what?
Oh, fancy.
They are quite popular here in France, and I love them. So yeah, you know what? Let's say a truffle pizza. So that sort of like counterbalances the. Yeah, all right. I'm happy with this.
All
I
right.
think I can do
Perfect.
this.
There you go. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
I mean, the question is, where do we want to see the band, or where do we like see the band? Because I mean, there's what we wish for, and there's what happens. But we just want to keep going, and I mean, it's tough because we started like having some sort of like small success, or at least getting noticed, and then like the whole world shut down. So like the very moment we were starting to like be on bigger tours and do some cool stuff. So like for now, we don't even really know what it's like to be in a band that's like doing stuff outside of just doing and releasing music. But we know that like after going through this, we just wanna go all in even harder than before. So yeah, hopefully if we keep on grinding and keep on working hard, maybe we could like sort of live off Resolve in the next 5 years, and that would be like an amazing achievement for us. I mean, it's especially here in France, and it's really tough to live off like heavy music, even though it's like very much possible, but there is very few people who manage to do that. So even just achieving this would mean that we achieved some pretty great stuff. So yeah, that at least that's the real goal that we have like over the next few years. So we'll see about that.
That's a good goal.
So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
All right. So a drink, again, like not very sophisticated, but I think like a good IPA.
Okay.
A very bitter one, because I love them. And well, dish, I'm trying to think of something else than pizza, even though it will be a strong contender, I think. Maybe like some carbonara pasta.
Ooh.
That could be great. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Sounds delicious.
Cold IPA and carbonara. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Mm, Star Wars, I think.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sith,
Like
Rebel, or Jedi?
I mean, I'm from '93, so I grew up watching the prequel.
Hmm.
So I would say like, yeah, I would say something like, yeah, not Coruscant, but maybe, I mean, yeah, maybe Coruscant, and then I can travel places like all the places from the prequel, because that's just like that's my childhood fantasy. So yeah, that would be my answer.
All right.
Perfect.
I like that. So I've done a best and last question, and every single person we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question.
All right.
What's your favorite color?
Whoa. Whoa, this one took me by surprise. When I was a kid, I said red all the time, but I don't know. Like nowadays, I don't care for red. Wow, man, that's actually tricky, because I wear black or gray all the time, so I can't even like. I want to say green just for the sake of promoting the album, honestly.
All right.
Go for it.
I mean, I don't really have a better answer to give you. So yeah, let's just say green.
The
Green.
green of the
Perfect.
motherboard on the cover art. All right.
Exactly.
Perfect.
This very one.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Well, obviously the album, which is coming out November 26th on all streaming platforms. Will this be out by the time do you think the album will be out?
Probably out beforehand.
Hmm.
Beforehand? Okay, so like if people hear this and they want to pre-order the album, they can go to resolveofficial.co and they can follow us like on every social /resolveofficial. Then that's it. I don't know, like I'm trying to think of something that maybe like that's cool and outside of the band. I don't know, like the band's been taking a big part of my life this past few weeks, so it's tough. No, yeah, I guess just check out the album, because we worked a lot on it, so it would mean the world to have as many people listen to it as possible.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you for now. This has been Robin from Resolve, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.